we go. Good draw. I dig it. So what's so sweet about this gun, once you get past that double action, which by the way, Ernest has tuned so slick and sweet, you get to reap the benefits of a very, very nice single action. Double, smooth pull. Do that again. Double, smooth pull, smooth pull. Now single time. Dump that mag, feed a new one in out of the Neo mag. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of CarryTrainer. We have a beautiful pistol you've probably seen me shoot in some of our videos. This is another one from our friends at Langdon Tactical Technologies. It's the Beretta PX4 Storm Compact Carry. And this one has been slicked and tricked by Ernest Langdon, as well as another friend of ours at Boresight Solutions. A little history on the Storm. When Beretta came out with this pistol, it was intended to be a 40 caliber pistol, which they still make the 40 cal variant. One of my brothers carried one on duty years ago, and I didn't like it. I really like this one though. And a couple things I'll say about that. When that 40 came out, that was many years ago, I wasn't shooting double singles like I have been for years now with my 92s. So this is a short action recoiling pistol with a rotating barrel. That barrel literally rotates. We'll get some close-ups of it rather than what we're used to seeing with many standard pistols. They totally changed the entire design for this gun. Beretta said, hey, we're gonna launch something to jump into that polymer market, what we're used to seeing, the venerable 92 models, right? We've seen these for years, we love them. But agencies and militaries started going away from those pistols. So they created the Storm to get into that market space. And quick side note, a lot of guys say, why wouldn't they have made the magazines work with the 92? Well, there's a good reason for that. This gun was built around the 40. That's not a 40, the 92. But these guns do share the same internal safety and trigger assembly as the 92, so it's pretty cool. So if you're a 92 guy and you are decock down with the long double action and then that sweet single action, this gun might be for you. You're gonna see some footage of us on the range with it, but this one right here, this is Mr. Langdon's version of what he felt was the perfect carry gun for a guy that's into the double singles. Couple points about that. Why would you want a double single? I know a lot of us are pretty used to the idea now of carrying appendix, as that's become more popular the last 5 years. 10 years ago, very unpopular, but there were guys doing it. Now that it's become pretty much the norm for concealed carriers, it's pretty comforting to know that there is no way this sucker's going off without that long pole when this is pointed at my bits and pieces, as they might say. There's something to be said for that, just from a pure safety standpoint. But Mick, we see you carry your other guns like that, so are they not safe? No, if it's a good gun with drop safeties and it's been tested rigorously, this is just really safe. That's what I'm saying. Something else that Ernest did with this gun was, this is slicked up for the concealed carrier. The decocking lever is smoother to the body. We'll show you that in some close-ups. The Cerakote job on here is nice and slick. The hammer has been de-spurred, so it's a spurless hammer. Normally this hammer would look something like, I don't have a stock one, but it would look something like that, like the 92 hammer. So that's been removed so you don't have it poking you. So a couple of the other things, if you order this from Langdon Tactical Technologies, from the Langdons, what are you getting over a stock PX4 Storm Compact? Well, you're getting a few things. Number one, the internals are tricked and slick, so this has got a smoothed out trigger. It's not an unsafe smoothed out trigger, it's a very nice trigger. I'll grab the scale and we'll run that on here and get an exact poundage. but it's nice.
Okay, so we've got the Langdon PX4 Storm secured in a bench vise. If it's not secured and you try to take a reading on the trigger weight, the gun's going to move around and this won't be able to measure accurately. So good and secured, got some leather on the grip so we don't screw that up. And what we want to do is put the sensor right in the center of the trigger where our finger would be, and we want to pull straight back. So we'll measure double and single action. And we'll pull straight back. Beautiful. 7 pounds 9 ounces in double action. We'll get a couple readings on that just to make sure. Beautiful. 784. So right in the same ballpark. And now we will run this in single action. Let's see what we get in single action mode. This is where it gets sexy. Oh, 4 pounds. Try that again. Here we go. Yeah, I pulled a little too hard on that. 315. So we're right there. I think it's safe to say that we're about 8 pounds in double action and about 4 pounds in single action. Beautiful. That's nice.
In addition to that, these ship with Talon grips. We opted to have ours sent to our friends at Boresight Solutions to get his grip job because I'm just so used to it and I love the way that that feels in my hand. Also gets a set of Ameriglow sights. It's the Ameriglow cap sight, if memory serves. Square front sight, luminescent paint, very much like the sights that we use in our other pistols, so I'm totally down with that. Crowned barrel, target crowned barrel, cold rolled steel, and MP3 on all the internals. It also ships with 3 very nice magazines. You're gonna want more, but 3 very nice magazines to the best of my knowledge. These are made by Metgar, who makes some of the best magazines in the world for some of the best gun makers in the world. Very nice magazine. I believe these shipped with MP3, and they're nice. They fall away from the gun nicely. The mag release, as we're on it, is reversible to either side if one so chooses. You've got a Picatinny so that you can get a light mounted on there. This has a retractable lanyard. If you wanted to hook a lanyard to this, if your department or agency that you work for requires it, you can hook a lanyard to the retractable loop. Why is that cool? Do I have one? I don't think I do. I've taken them off. The rest, oh, I do got one. So a stock 92, that lanyard is kind of a fixed piece of steel there. So if you don't use it, it's just hanging out there out in the breeze, where this one's retractable. Kind of a, excuse me, kind of a nice option. What do I like about this gun? Well, not a lot. I would start out with not a lot that I don't like. It's a G model. So like we told you, this shares the same safety and trigger mechanisms as the 92s. So I've got well over a couple 100,000 rounds through these 92 series guns. Here's Langdon's 92G. Does it feel the exact same? No, it doesn't feel the exact same. But for me to pick up this gun, literally, besides some slight ergonomics of how I engage the decocker and the curve, deeper curve trigger, very much the same gun. Long double action, beautiful single action. The slide lock lever, it's got a nice pronounced wedge on it. You can get your thumb on it very easily, but it's not too pronounced from slide lock. There's plenty of purchase there. I can dump that mag. I'm only catching it because I don't want it on my concrete floor. Insert, and it's very easy to get your thumb on that. It's not too far forward or too far back. As far as locking it to the rear, there's enough purchase there to easily engage up. A lot of people have trouble with different guns because they can't get a good purchase on that. And this one, I'm guessing 1/8 of an inch, 3/16 of an inch. It stands proud of the frame for you to get on that. We've been carrying this gun in our favorite, the Vedder LightTuck. Very simple holster with their patented wing. So it allows us to get a good master grip, this Vedder holster. Easy reholstering. And this gun is, if you're into highly evolved designs, meaning this has got pretty much all of the technology that's available in the combat pistol craft. It's all jammed into one gun. So if you like the idea of a double single, if you like the idea of that really smooth single action, if you like the idea of a hyper accurate gun, we'll show you some footage of me just dinging some A-zones at 35 yards on the range. It's pretty effortless. Put the sights where you want, press straight to the rear, and you get hits. All right, PX4, Langdon Beretta. We've got that steel down there. I'm gonna decock because that's what you should be doing if you're shooting a double single. And we'll run this at 30, 35 yards on that steel and see how accuracy potential is with the ammo combination at this distance with these sights. All that stuff plays a variable. All right, good double action hit. We'll now enjoy that silky sweet single action. So double action hit at 30, 35 yards on an A-zone, double action, nothing crazy. I'm no super shooter. The gun will do it all day long. And what I like, what I'm seeing here is that this gun, hold it right where she needs to go and it'll get the job done. A+ from me. And you know what? I know it's not cheap. I think Ernest has this on the website for, with all of the bells and whistles, $1,190. Is that a lot of money? Sure it is. But I guarantee you, if you go buy a stock Glock or Smith & Wesson M&P and ship it off to one of the fancy gun builders, you're gonna spend a lot more than $1,190 and not have a gun that shoots as sweet as this. Oh, is it reliable? Well, Ernest wanted to find that out. And he's got over 50,000 rounds through one of these. He did a torture test, basically. I think it was 2 years ago. Put over 50,000 rounds through it, and it's still working. I think he might be closer to 60,000 or more through that gun now. You can look that up. You can look up the LTT PX4 Storm endurance test and see what the current round count is. Beautiful blaster. This is meant to be a fighting tool, and this one will get the job done. Hyper reliable, hyper accurate, fun to shoot from our friends at Langdon Tactical Technologies. We'll throw a link up with our code, and if you guys want to get into one of these, can't go wrong. I would pair it with the Vedder LightTuck, although they sell some really great holsters on their website too from JM Custom Kydex, which makes a great holster as well. We're gonna put the address up here if you guys are interested. It'll take you right to their site. You can order one up. Langdon Tactical Technologies, another slam dunk, and I'm waiting to see what they come up with next. The PX4 Storm Compact Carry that's been slicked and tricked by them and our friends at Boresight Solutions. I might not know everything, but I sure as hell know I like this. Be well.